you want, go ahead and just surround yourself maybe on a poly spot. I know it looks a little kind of complicated in here. I'm trying to go over as much as I can, give you as much value as possible. So if you can find a poly spot, just go ahead and stand out in poly spot. There you go. Okay. So, welcome everybody for coming. I'm Jordan Weber. I work over at USCW. I primarily focus on adaptive physical activity, and I also work with the physical education and health education department, and I serve as a practicum leader in secondary and elementary PE. So we're going to go over as much as I can, and I'll give you some sheets that you can take home. I've actually created, not yet. So before you head out, I have a schedule guide of about 35 different hockey skills that you can perform at all different levels, okay? So 35 different skills that you can teach in adaptive PE or elementary or high school PE. And along with that, I have some rules and other games that you can play that we'll go over today. I'm gonna try to give you a full kind of warm-up as well. We're gonna go through a little bit of a warm-up, and then we're going to get into what I think what is important is learning how to hold on to the hockey stick, learning about hockey, and other things. So I grew up in Buffalo, New York. That's where ice is and snow. And what we do in the winter is we play hockey on the ice pond. So a couple of blocks away from my house, there's an ice pond. We go out there, we played hockey growing up. I was a soccer player, but I think I played more hockey than I played any sport in my life. So me and my friends, we'd go up on our streets, we played hockey in the streets, we played hockey behind department stores and alleys, we played hockey on the tennis courts, and we played hockey so much that our town actually created a hockey rink for us that we could play roller hockey. So some of our friends, their parents were on the boards of education. They got us a hockey rink that we could use for roller hockey. So in the summers, we would throw about 30 to 40 hockey sticks in the center, and we're all 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. Imagine that, 35 kids playing hockey outside in the cold, if it was snowing, we were on the ice, but in the summer, in the spring, we were out rollerblading. So we put 35 hockey sticks in the middle. We'd pick teams, be about 4 teams. We'd have about 4 goalies suited up in their full gear. So, I mean, everybody had rollerblades, everybody had the gear, which was awesome, so we got to play hockey almost year-round. So hockey is something I am passionate about. I really do like playing hockey, and I think it's adaptable, meaning that I think at almost any level you can get some type of skill learning or development. Whether that's just holding on to the stick, grasping and releasing, and using that extension to help you and have an extension of yourself. So, like for instance, with other sports, you can't use extensions in basketball or in soccer. You're not holding on to anything, but we know that a lot of individuals who utilize wheelchairs, they have the upper body movement only, and so you got to think about some things they can do with their arms as well. So maybe that is hockey. We'll have a station dedicated just for adapted hockey. We have 6 stations set up around a center circle with cones spread out in the middle. We're going to go over some simulatory activities first, just to get you in the know before you even hold on to a stick. Now, if you don't have enough hockey sticks, like you're going to notice, I don't even have enough hockey sticks. I definitely need to invest in more hockey sticks. I typically have smaller classrooms, but we will use anything. If it's a noodle, if it's a short hockey stick, if it's a regular hockey stick, we'll use whatever we can, all right? So you might find yourself today, you might have to share a hockey stick or a noodle with somebody, and that's just kind of how it is right now. We haven't really invested in our hockey equipment like we want to. So first thing we'll do is just go ahead and pretend you're holding on to the hockey stick, so if your dominant hand in the air, and then we're just going to bring it down, just like that, right out in front, like you're about to golf, right? Feet are spread apart. Now I want you to bring your opposite hand a little bit lower, and just pretend that you're holding on to the stick, okay? So elbows are relaxed, and then just kind of pretend you're holding on to that stick, all right? So this is kind of the grip and stance that you want. You kind of almost like when you're playing hockey, you have to be bending your knees, you have to be loosening the hips a little bit, be able to maneuver around, right? So when you're playing floor hockey, you have to be able to control the puck, but you have to stay low. So the first rule I always teach my students is that stick or that blade can never go off the ground. You can't hold it like that. So in my internship, I was getting videotaped, and they were, playing hockey for my lesson, and behind me, and I didn't even see it, the kid had his hockey blade in the air, just swinging around like this. And those are the things that happen behind your back. So you have to establish those rules. If I see your blade off the ground above, say, your ankle, I'm going to call that a penalty. And you got to go to the penalty box. Or maybe you have them, maybe you get rid of the stick and you say, all right, now you're going to use the noodle because you're not handling the stick right. Okay? So maybe you say, all right, you have the puck, but you can only use your feet now. So using even your feet. Why would we use our feet in hockey? Do hockey players use their feet? Yeah, all the time. You see them angle the puck, so they got to open up their hips. Those are soccer skills. So when you're at the adaptive station, when you're at this station, or any station, if you want to use your feet to pass, or if you want to use your feet to control the puck or the ball, go ahead and do so, because you can use your feet in hockey. You just can't what? Just can't kick the puck or the ball into the net, okay? You can hold your ground if the puck is going near you, and if it goes off your foot and it goes into the net, they'll call that a goal. But as long as there's no kicking motion, then it's fine. So we'll talk about some of the rules in hockey. So when you teach hockey, you should know the rules, and you should really kind of figure out, okay, if I'm going to teach hockey to these second graders or third graders or eighth graders, do I know what hockey is? Do I know where it's from? Do I know who created it? Does anybody know where hockey came from? Canada? Yep. Okay. So Buffalo, Canada. I'm on the border of Buffalo and Canada. So we grew up in hockey. Best friend plays junior B hockey. Went to a lot of his games. The next step is junior A. The next step is AHL. The next step is NHL. And that was pretty much where he ended up. But I got to see the progression of just a friend going through the steps of hockey. So really love hockey. Really love seeing people play. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over some skills first. So first thing we're going to do is just start off with just circular motions with our joints here. So go ahead and hold your body strong. Feet are spreading the floor apart. I want you to tighten up your quads here. You're going to take an inhale. You're going to try to hold some air in your stomach. You're going to keep breathing, but you're going to keep your belly strong. I want you to squeeze your left fist, squeeze your right fist. I want you to keep squeezing those fists here, okay? From here, I want you to go ahead and flex that right shoulder. Don't move anything else. The whole body is still except for that shoulder. Raise it all the way up. When you get to a sticking point, I want you to turn your hand out like you're rinsing out a sponge here. And then from here, we're going to go back, all the way back behind us. Try not to open up the chest. And then turn it all the way down next to the side of the body. The back of the hand is next to the side. From here, that's half of a rep. Keep squeezing that left fist. Go ahead and extend that shoulder. Try not to move anything else. From here, rotate that shoulder out. Bring that shoulder up, all the way up, reaching up, all the way up, all the way forward. Keep squeezing the fist, and all the way down. Okay, that's one rep. It's called a controlled articular rotation. It takes your shoulder joint through its full range of motions. And I looked around and I noticed that some of your shoulders are really tight. Okay, and that's important to note because if you're playing sports with upper body and lower body skill development, you have to look at three requisites of students' physical abilities and whether or not they can actually get into positions. Maybe it's a squat, maybe you're playing a sport and you see that they can't get their shoulder up, but yet you want them to do some shoulder presses, during a fitness meeting. So making sure that you know. So let's get to the other side. I want you to focus on just keeping the body still. So example, try not to open up the chest. So that means that if you can't control that, that means you don't have control over that shoulder, which means that it's probably got some tightness in there you need to start working on. From here, go ahead and spread the floor apart with your feet. Keep the legs straight. Squeeze the quads. You're going to kind of squeeze your whole body isometrically. Take an inhale, hold the air low. Squeeze your right fist, squeeze your left fist, squeeze your whole body. Go ahead and flex the left shoulder all the way up. From here, keep squeezing the right fist here. From here, turn it out. Go ahead and reach all the way back, all the way back. Keep the body tight, keep the body tight. Back of the hand next to the body, that's half of a rep. Push down, reach as much range as you can. From here, extend the shoulder back. Rotate out. Reach it back and up, all the way up, all the way up and forward, all the way forward, and down and relax. Shake the shoulders out a little bit. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and get the wrist. So in hockey, you have to have really good wrist strength. You need to have good grasping and releasing skills. And if the individual doesn't have that ability, sometimes I'll tie some soft banded, like a jersey, to help them hold on to that stick if they need to. So from here, we're going to go ahead and squeeze our fists. Elbows are in next to our side. We're going to go ahead and flex our fists in front of our elbows. We're going to go ahead and bring those fists in. Keep squeezing all the way in and down, all the way down, all the way out, all the way out and up, all the way up, all the way in. Try to keep your hands in front of your elbows, all the way down, all the way around and out, all the way up, all the way up, and relax. Okay? So we're just adding a little bit of dynamic movements before we get started. All right? Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use this circle that we kind of have set up here, and we're going to go ahead and move around in space. So we're going to, when the music starts, all right, we're going to start going in a counterclockwise rotation here. So we're going to go around the circle, but stay, if you want, you can stay between, if you see the equipment, you can go away from the equipment. Okay, so we're just going to start with a light jog. We're going to start going this way, okay? So the music starts up. Okay, you can walk or jog. All right, walk or jog. There you go. Try to stay good distance away from the person in front of you. If you want to go around someone, you can take the inside route. What's that? All right, freeze. All right. Now from here, you're going to move around in space. Anywhere you want in space. It can be anywhere in the room. Try not to touch anybody, or try not to touch any of the cones. Now you're focusing on spatial awareness, okay? So you're trying not to touch anybody, try to move around the cones. You can move around the lines, you can jog, or you can walk. When the music starts, ready, go. Okay, anywhere you want in space, moving around each other, trying to jog and go around each other. Good. There you go. There you go. Watch the cross-checking.
Yes.
We'll talk about those penalties later. All right, pause. All right, now from here, we're just going to start with some high knees. We're going to squeeze all the way up if you can. And try to pull that knee all the way up when the music starts. Ready? And go. So high knees. Good. Dynamic stretch. All right, now you can kind of move around to do that in space. There you go. And freeze. The next one is just going to be reaching for the back foot and trying to squeeze that ankle. If not, I just want you to bring your heels to your glutes. Okay, so option 1, heel to glutes. Option 2, reaching for the foot. And then switching. Option 3, you can try opposite foot if you'd like. Ready? And go. So always starting with a dynamic stretch with my students, getting them warmed up. I'm looking at people's balance right now. I'm looking at people's posture. I'm wondering if anyone's got anything going on with any ankles or anything like that. Always looking at the foundation first. Okay, and pause. Good. Does anybody else have a dynamic stretch that we could try that you can think of? And I'm sure it could be. Okay, let's try alternating. Ready? Okay, option 1, I just want you to kick forward and switch your feet. Option 2, I want you to reach for the foot. Okay? Ready? And go. Okay? always asking for student suggestions during the dynamic stretches. Some of them might know more dynamic stretches than you. I have a lot of students that are smarter than me in a lot of different areas. So don't ever be afraid to ask your students what they know, because they know a lot. Pause. Who else has a good one for us? Thinking about hockey. So in hockey, you do a lot of lunging on the ice. Any other moves in hockey that you might think of? Okay, so lunges and squats. So either or, you could either do a turn lunge, like you said. Let's see that. Okay, so squat, turn, squat, and a turn lunge. So you can choose. All right, ready and go. Okay, anything that you want. Make up your own variation. Good. Good. Yep. Trying to loosen up those hips, because you're going to be getting really low, especially since you got a lot of noodles. Maybe first comes first with those. And pause. Alright. What's another one we could try? Ground sweeps like this. Okay, so option 1, I want you to straighten your leg and sweep. Option 2, I want you to reach for the ground. Okay, and then what? So the 1, 2, sweep. 1, 2, sweep. Okay, that's getting low, or just sweep. Okay, and you don't have to go as low. Make up your own variation. Ready and go. So just try option 1 first. Try to stress yourself. And tight. And breathe. All right. One more. Anybody else? Maybe upper body dynamic stretch. Swimming? Okay, let's swim around in space. Ready? Go. All right, here we go. Swim around in space. Get those shoulders activated before they get into. Okay, yeah, I like the alligator. That's a baby shark. There you go, baby shark.
Oh, you touched it.
Up, not touch the corner. You're going to belly button. And breathe. All right, go ahead and grab a stick or a noodle. Oh, first time. Let me see that wooden one, though.
Oh, no.
I got to demonstrate. All right, I want the blade on the ground. As soon as you touch that stick, find a poly spot. Back to where you were. We also have some adapted over there. Okay? And so this is the reality of PE. You're not always going to have enough equipment. So don't worry about the small stuff. There you go. That's fine. All right, try to spread it out. Give yourself some space. Now, remember how we talked about holding the stance with the stick and the stick. Let's see what you got. So, non-dominant low. Okay, maybe a little bit wider feet. You get a little bit, yep. There you go. Good. Good, a little bit wider feet. Bend the knees a little bit more. You're going to have to get really low, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, now I want you to keep the blade down. Remember, if that blade goes off the ground, I'm going to have to take your stick away, and you're going to just have to do the warm-ups without it, okay? I never take people out of PE and say, no, you got to go sit out. I always try to find something for them to do. But it is important to keep the blade down, because you might just get real careless with it and kind of swing it around, and that's when injuries happen. That's when injuries happen, especially in hockey. I mean, like basketball and soccer, you're not holding on to something that can damage somebody, okay? So this is not what you want to see people do. This is very careless, okay? Now, I want you to try to keep the blade low as best that you can. When the music starts, you're just going to go around in space with both of your hands on it, and I just want you to maneuver around cones and people, okay? When the music starts, I want you to keep your blade low, and I want you to maneuver around people and the cones. Ready? And go. There you go. Try to stay low. There you go. All right, and breathe. All right, now what we're going to do is now we're going to try to hold it with our non-dominant hand. Okay? going to feel different. So you're going to put your non-dominant hand lower if you can, and your dominant hand up. So you're going to pretend that you're going opposite. Same thing, move around the space and go. Good, and freeze. Now you're just going to use your dominant hand and you're going to move around in space. And this time, since hopefully it's on the ground, you're going to be, maybe pick up the pace a little bit, all right? And you're going to notice that if you got a stick like this, that actually helps you crease out kind of the pattern. Obviously the noodle is not ideal. Uh-oh, you get a penalty. Don't let me do that, okay? If you see the teacher doing it, you got to call me out, right? All right, so keep the blade down, one-handed maneuver around. Ready, and go. You can go ahead and pick up the pace if you want. Maybe move it around people a little bit faster. There you go. There you go. And freeze. Let's try your non-dominant hand. Ready, and go. All right, freeze. All right, I trust you now. I haven't seen any penalties. Thank you so much for doing such a good job. Go ahead and grab either a yarn ball or a whistle ball. Go back to your poly spot. Notice the progression. I'm not giving the students the ball and stick first. I got to see that they can go around in space first with the stick, okay? So it's always starting bottom down, bottom up. Okay, so find some space. Once you get to your spot, I'm going to let you go ahead and get activated by just tapping that ball or puck or whistle ball back and forth. Okay? Go ahead and begin. All right, keep going. And freeze. That's fine. Now we're going to start moving in space. Now this is the hard part. This is when people start bumping into each other. So try to have self-awareness. All right? Make sure that you're not going into each other. All right? If you run into somebody, you're going to take their ball and go 10 taps. They're going to take your ball and go 10 taps. So if we run into each other, let's go for example, okay, we accidentally touched. All right, we're gonna go 10 taps each. And then we get to go and move on our own turn. Okay? When the music starts, move around in space. Ready, go. Dominant on the bottom, dominant on the bottom. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out. Head up, head up, head up, head up. All right, freeze. All right, now I'm going to have one person that's using a noodle, not the stick. Notice that I'm not using the stick for this. One person is just going to try to push your ball out of the way. And you're not going to be out if they touch your ball, but they're just trying to get your ball. So I'm going to have a couple sharks added to this game. All right, what's your name? John. John's going to be our first shark. Watch out for John. All right, he's just going to try to get your ball and just get you off your game. Okay? He's going to try to hit your ball out of place, and he's going to get as many as he can. His goal is to try to see how many he can get in 30 seconds. Okay? So giving the students, you notice that motivation. Some people just backed up. Okay? And that's because you have to use time as a motivator. You're not saying, hey, if you're just like, all right, let's just do something and let's just figure it out. Students don't want to hear that. They want to know how long you're doing something for. They want to know what they have to do. Little things like that can change the atmosphere of effort, okay? Once the time's involved, once I say that I'm timing a student, all of a sudden motivation increases. Uh-oh. Watch out. All right, here we go. John is up, and we're going to, hold on, wait. I want to get some, we said 30 seconds, right? All right, 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. John's got to count out loud. 2. Uh-oh. this one? All right. Does anybody want the official outside ball? You want this?
How do you sit?
Oh, no, that's okay.
Oh, here you go.
Mastering this new.
I like it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Mastering, I like that. If you notice that the individuals that are using, watch the blade. Watch the blade. Watch the blade. Blade low. Blade low. Remember? Okay. All right. So notice that when you're in this position for a while, that's your glutes, that's your hamstrings, that's your back. I mean, this is all about posture and form, right? Especially if you have to play within keeping the blade low. That means you're always trying to keep it low. Notice that if you just stand all the way up, that the blade doesn't touch the ground. So you're constantly squatting. This is a good time to tell your students that they're engaging in a lot of muscles when they're playing hockey. All right, Asia, 30 seconds. On your mark, get set, go. There you go. There you go.
Get her, Asia. Get her, Asia.
There you go. Count it out loud. We're 15 seconds in. There you go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop. Asia, how did you get?
4.
Nice, 4. So you would maybe go, all right, John got 5, Asia got 4, and then maybe give everybody a chance, and then you tally that up with your class and say, all right, we just as a class got, 50 sharp defenses. Mrs. Albert's class, they got 60. Y'all need to step it up. Let's go, So comparing other classrooms, but never having, all right, she got 4 and he got 18. You need to start going, So always maybe comparing it with the classes. So you're trying to unite your students. And I try not to compete too much with student between student when I play some of these games. All right, now hold on to your puck. I want everybody on that side over there of the room. So take your ball and stick or noodle all the way to this side of the room. In a perfect world, we wouldn't have any cones or anything in the way, but we're going to play red light, green light. Okay? So red light, stop. Green light, puck control forward. Yellow light, what should we do for yellow light?
Stick it.
Stick handle, that's perfect. All right, what are you going to do for red light?
Slide on the ground.
Just stop.
Hockey stop.
Check. Hockey slides, stop. I love it. See? I love it. So if I say red light, you got to pretend that you're on the ice, turn, and get into that ice, because that's how you stop in hockey. All right?
Just stick all fire.
Ready? And potato.
Oh! Loser.
I'm going to tell you where y'all are going then. All right, we're going to the other side, somewhere over there. All right? Woo. All right, ready? Green eggs. Green. Yellow. Yellow light. Sorry. Red light. Green light. Red light. Yellow light. Green light. Red light. Green light. Alright, and then turn around when you get back there. Good. Good. Alright, let's try that again. Alright. So now you can add a sharp to this. So who wants to be my sharp for red light, green light? Alright, Kate's my sharp. I would grab a noodle just to be safe. Just so she's not, if she's got a wooden stick for this activity or a plastic stick, there's going to be more collisions, more stuff that you just don't want to happen. Because you're really not doing this to injure students. You always think about safety. All right, here we go, and you're going to call out. Red light. Green light. Yellow light. Green light. go ahead and take. We're going to have half the team, or half the group on this side of the court. So let's have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. One's on this side, two's on this side. Keep your ball with you. Keep your ball with you. All right. So you can go up to the first poly spot that you see. So this orange poly spot, and you can go up to the purple poly spot. So team 1 is right here, correct? Your team 2? Okay. So team 1, what you're going to do is you're going to puck control your ball or puck. You're going to knock over a cone, and then you're going to try to put the ball inside the cone, put it back, and as a group, when you're done, you're going to go back to your side. Alright, so you're going to puck it. Now this team, you got to try to find all of those hidden pucks. Okay? While you're waiting, you can do a stretch. Okay? So think of a stretch that you can do while they're going. That's fine, perfect. Any stretch that you want while they're doing it. Always keeping your students active, and since they just did all that activity, it's good to stretch. Alright, so yeah, so maybe try either the shoulder rotation or the wrist rotation. Alright, now you gotta try to find all the pucks that they hit. You can see how long it takes you as a group to do that.
Find them or you gotta bring them back?
To find them and bring them back.
Oh, okay.
Find them, bring them back. Okay? You can do that, or you can find them and give them to that group. That would make more sense. Okay? And then as soon as your team gets back, clock stops. So you're going to find their pucks or balls, give them back to that squad. So you have to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Everybody find one.
All right? On your mark, get set, go. All right, if you find them all, there you go. Yeah, good. Now flip the cone back over. All the cones got to be put back up.
Use their edges.
All right, did they find all 7? They find all 7?
I got
All right, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, so remember 30. What was your time? 24. All right, now y'all have to hide your pucks or your ball, and then this team is going to be going side to side while we're waiting. All right, we'll see how long it takes them to do that. So what time do they have to be? 24. So you got to try to get those hidden in less than 24 seconds. On your mark. Get set. Go. There you go. There you go. Keep your heads up. Yep. There you go. 10, 11, 12. Nice. Nice. All right, and freeze. Let's go to your next station. All right. There you go. Uh-oh, boxing her out. Boxing her out. Good. There you go. Okay. My bad. What station did you start at? There you go. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Jordan session at UNCW at NCAAHPERD, Winston-Salem. Great job.
guys.